Tell us about the workshop. There was a workshop on Saturday at Samaritan Baptist Church, I believe.
There's a saying, knowledge is power. I happened to be down at HUD in Washington a few weeks ago, and they gave us a briefing on, there's a federal regulation called HUD Section 3, and it was a part of the Civil Rights Act that was signed through the advocacy of Dr. Martin Luther King and others, and Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was the president at that time. And basically, Dr. King and others wanted to ensure that the least of thee, when economic opportunities occurred or federal dollars were spent in areas of the poor, this has nothing to do with color, this all has to do with economic status, that the legislation would enable them to be a part of development, in this case, public housing. And so based on my interaction with the Trenton Housing Authority and also some of the folks here in city government, I did not feel as though they were full versed in what the law entailed, nor was I felt that they knew the ramifications if they violated the law and were in non-compliance. And I believe that the Trenton Housing Authority, as we speak, is not in compliance with the law. So we hosted a workshop at Samaritan Baptist Church, and I would say that Bishop Ravenel is a godsend to this community.
He is.
And I will also say for the record that I reached out to another pastor who chose not to return my phone calls. But he hosted the event. We turned out about 100 people. We brought in a gentleman out of Atlanta who is an expert on Section 3. And he provided that audience with a very detailed presentation on what the regulations said and how they can position themselves to have a better opportunity in participating in the project. He answered every question that was put to him, and I believe the community is better served for it. And I will also point out that we had 4 representatives from City Council there. Councilwoman Verlena Jackson Reynolds was there. Kathy McBride was there. Phyllis Holly Ward was there. And Zach Chester was there. And I would say it was great to have them there as well, because they are the representatives of the city, and to get them up to speed in terms of what is required.
Very good. Now, do you plan on having a follow-up? Because that's always necessary to have a follow-up and make sure people are following through.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Right. We are committed to this project until the last brick is put in place. And so I've had some follow-up conversation with the council representatives. They are poised and even more focused now on the project before, because, as I said earlier, knowledge is power. And I think they were truly enlightened at the event. And I think they're going to be better servants going forward and stewards, and provide a better accountability as we move forward with this project.
Okay. Now, how can individuals get in touch with you to know more about the workshops, the project? There are contractors out there that may not have been involved on Saturday, or is not even aware of this particular Section 3 of HUD. So how would they be able to get in touch with you?
A couple things they should do. The Housing Authority is the agency of record. They are the ones who have been charged by the federal government to administer and provide the oversight of this project. So I would ask them to reach out to Herb Brown, who's the executive director. His number is 609-278-5026. Or Lee Strayer. He is part of Penrose, who are the developer of record, 267-386-8681. And they could always call the chamber as a fallback. We're at 609-571-1620. But they are the primary points of contact, and they should be willing, ready, and able to respond to those who are interested. Let me just point this out, because the law basically says this, that the tenants of public housing have first preference on all jobs and contract opportunities that stem from this Hope 6 project, up to 30%.
Oh, okay.
And then all contracts opportunities, 10%, and then any non-construction related contract, 3%. So the law says that the tenants have first preference, and then very low and low income residents and businesses within the city of Trenton that could meet certain requirements in terms of businesses, they too participate.
Okay, but the tenants would have to be qualified, right?
Well, everyone has to be qualified.
Yes.
But, this is why the chamber reached out to the Housing Authority early on, because they are charged to do an assessment of what the capacity of the tenants as well as the businesses, and then start to train and position them.
Okay.
So when the opportunities come to fruition, folks are ready to move forward. And oftentimes, they skirt that responsibility because I would say on the record they may have another agenda.
Okay. Well, what I would like to do is for you to give your number again so people can contact you and your website information.
Yes, the number at the chamber is 609-571-1620. Our website is AACCNJ.com.
And what other events are coming up? We have a few more minutes if you can just...
God. We have a ton of events coming up.
Okay.
We have a mixer on June 9th at the Affinity Club on 100 Whitaker Avenue, which used to be the former Roman Hall.
Okay.
This Thursday, we have a mixer at Delta's in New Brunswick. We have a luncheon on June 20th in Camden at the pub, where we'll be recognizing some businesses in Camden. As I said earlier, our golf event at Cherry Valley is July 18th. We're doing a town hall meeting in Camden on July 9th. Okay. So we have a lot going on.
Yes, I see. And give your information again. They can hear it again and again.
Listen,
your telephone
please,
number.
if you're in business here in the city of Trenton or throughout the state of New Jersey, and you need a partner that will work with you and help position you for more success, the Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, is the right partner.
Okay.
I can be reached at 609-571-1620 or AACCNJ.com on the internet.